So I would like to, because we live in the world of misinformation and affirmation. Nobody wants information, right? So people think I don't like Joe Burrow. Yes, I do. I have him as a B-plus prospect. That is a higher rated prospect than I had Deshaun Watson, who I thought was a B because I didn't think he was a great thrower of the football. And it's been proven that Deshaun's not a great thrower of the football. He's a great athlete. He's getting better at it, but he's inconsistent. Burrow's a better thrower of the football. So I have Burrow as a higher rated prospect than I did Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun's been a lot of what I think, which is an amazing athlete and a winner, good enough to overcome some dysfunction, but he can't win a lot of playoff games because even as great as he is, there's just too many holes for Houston. And now let's go to Cincinnati. I think Joe Burrow is a B-plus prospect. I do not think he is good enough to overcome the Bengals. I think he's good enough to win some games. He'll make the Bengals better. There's no question. But there's a reason John Elway refused to play for the first team that was going to draft him. And there's a reason Andrew Luck's no longer in the league. And those guys are better prospects than Burrow. You just can't overcome awful roster, owner, this, that. You can't. And I mean, again, Elway would not go to the first team that was going to draft him. So he went to Denver, who, by the way, the Bolin family, great owners who built a great business. But just think about this. Last year, there were 23 Pro Bowlers in the AFC North. The Bengals had 1. Cleveland had 3 times more. Baltimore had 13 times more. Steelers had 6 times more. So I thought to myself, here, if I did a starting offense and defense in the AFC North, that's the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals. Here's who would start. Quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Running back, Nick Chubb. Receivers, Odell Beckham and Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sorry, A.J. Green has been hurt the last 2 years. Tight end, Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Ronnie Stanley, left tackle, Ravens. Left guard from the Browns. Center from the Steelers. Right guard, right tackle, Steelers, Browns. David DeCastro, Jack Conklin, who's, by the way, new for the Browns. Not a single Bengal. Not one. By the way, Justin Tucker, kicker, Ravens. So you don't have the special team guy of note. Nobody in the offense. Defense. Edge rushers, Myles Garrett Brown, T.J. Watt, Steelers. Interior, first Bengal, Geno Atkins. Also Cameron Hayward of the Steelers. Linebackers, there's a bunch of them. Bud Dupree, Devin Bush, Matt Judon, Ravens. Marlon Humphrey, Ravens. Defensive backs, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Minka Fitzpatrick, Earl Thomas, Ravens, Steelers. Blah, 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 blah. One Bengal. One Bengal. Oh, by the way, coaches. Tomlin, Super Bowls. Harbaugh, Super Bowls. Bengals coach, no Super Bowls. Owners, Rooney, Steve Bisciotti, way better in Baltimore and Pittsburgh. General managers, does anybody draft better than Pittsburgh? Maybe Baltimore? So forget the owner disparity. Forget the roster disparity. Forget the coach disparity. Forget the executive disparity. Just look around. Can Joe Burrow overcome that? No. The Bengals have drafted 5 quarterbacks, all-time first round. None have ended up with a winning record. And I'm a hater for suggesting the 6th won't either. For the record, he won at LSU when everything was lined up. He didn't win at LSU his junior year when everything wasn't lined up, did he? He was average. When he had a great team his last year, everything lined up, he won. You think everything's lined up in Cincinnati? Arguably the worst owner. The worst front office, the worst roster. We don't know. We suspect it could be the worst coach. I don't know. Zach Taylor could be very good. I hope he is. I thought last year he showed some promise. I thought they got better. But just look at their schedule just next year. Bengals twice. Bengals have to face the Ravens twice. They're not close. Steelers twice. Browns twice. Eagles, Cowboys roster is much better. Chargers, Texans, Titans, all better. 11 games. They'll be an underdog. Maybe they'll win one. But are they going to win the remaining 5? They're all favored with a rookie quarterback without an OTA and maybe down to preseason? It's not that I don't like him. He's a very good prospect. But be realistic here. It's the Bengals. This division now. I'll make an argument. Ravens, Steelers, Browns are the 3 most talented defensive rosters in the first 3 in the NFL right now. If you take every division, the first 3 teams, and you compiled the best defensive players, you can't tell me the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers wouldn't be it. You could make a Pro Bowl defensive team just on the Browns, the Ravens, and the Steelers. Just on those three. It's almost like I said yesterday. You could make a Pro Bowl roster in the NFC South just on the Saints, the Buccaneers, and the Falcons, and even throw in, by the way, Carolina. You could make a Pro Bowl offense just on that division that could rival any in football.